Quick question. How many times a day do you say the word very? I'm very tired. It's very quiet. She's very pretty. Saying very works, but it's weak. Native speakers like me prefer to use stronger, more precise words instead, especially when writing. So today, we're going to test how many of these stronger alternative words you already know. Here's how it'll go. I'll give you a very plus adjective. You pause and guess the stronger words, then I'll review them. We're going to cover well over 50 new words in this video, but practicing them all after this video is key. First, we'll take a look at words for feelings and emotions. Instead of very tired, take a guess. What are some stronger words you can say? Exhausted, drained, worn out. Exhausted, drained, worn out. After the long flight, she was exhausted. I'm drained. It's been such a long week. As you can probably tell, these words already include the idea of very, so you don't need to add that word. You would never say very exhausted. Exhausted is powerful enough on its own. Before we move on, I want to tell you where you can find even more advanced words like these, and you can practice them too. It's called the AirLearn app, and I highly recommend it if you're serious about learning English. But don't just take my word for it. Look at these reviews. Alright, let's keep going. Instead of very annoyed, what words can we use? Irritated, agitated, exasperated, fed up. Irritated, agitated, exasperated, fed up. He was irritated by the constant interruptions. She was exasperated. She had explained it to him 3 times already. Exasperated is that specific feeling of being annoyed because something keeps happening over and over. So you can use that when you're not just a little annoyed. You are done. Alright, next, instead of very angry, what words can we say? Did you come up with any of these? Furious, livid, fuming, enraged. Furious, livid, fuming, enraged. All great words. She was furious when she found out. He was fuming. You could see it on his face. One note is that you would not hear native speakers say very furious, very livid, very fuming, or very enraged. That's because all these words already mean very angry. Alright, instead of very surprised, what might you say? Hopefully you guessed some of these. Astonished, astounded, flabbergasted, speechless. Astonished, astounded, flabbergasted, speechless. I was astonished. I never saw that coming. She was flabbergasted when she saw the bill. Now, this word flabbergasted might seem like a difficult or rarely used word, but native speakers like me actually use it all the time. And it is fun to say, flabbergasted. Alright, let's look at the next phrase, very scared. Instead of very scared, what words can we say? Terrified, petrified, horrified, terrified, petrified, horrified. These all mean very scared. She was terrified of flying. He was petrified. He couldn't even move. Okay, one interesting fact I want to tell you is that petrified comes from the Latin word for stone. It means that you're so scared you literally turn to stone. And now that you know that, I'm sure you'll never forget the meaning of petrified. Now let's take a look at words for describing people. Instead of very serious, what can we say? Solemn, stern, grave, earnest. Solemn, stern, grave, earnest. Did you get those? The doctor had a grave expression when she walked in. He gave a solemn nod and everyone went quiet. These are all words for very serious. Now, grave has 2 meanings. You may have heard of the first one, a place where people are buried. But it's also an adjective meaning very serious, which you now know. This is a grave situation means things are not going well at all. It's serious. Alright, Instead of very smart, can you think of a few more words we can use? Brilliant, sharp, gifted, astute. Brilliant, sharp, gifted, astute. She's a brilliant student, always one step ahead. He has an astute understanding of people. Now, astute means clever in a practical, observant way, not just book smart. It's about being sharp about the real world. And it's a great word to use when you want to compliment someone's judgment. So the next time you want to call someone very smart, you can use these alternatives. Now, instead of very funny, what alternatives can we use? You got it. Hilarious, witty, hysterical. Hilarious, witty, hysterical. That video was hilarious. I watched it 5 times. She's witty. She always knows exactly what to say. Witty means being funny in a smart, quick way. It's not about being silly or loud, and it's actually one of the nicest compliments you can give someone in English. Alright, let's take a look now at words for describing the world around us. Instead of very quiet, can you tell me some more words we can say? Silent, hushed, still, peaceful. Silent, hushed, still, peaceful. The house was completely silent after the kids went to bed. We spoke in hushed voices so we didn't wake anyone. Hushed describes a quiet that feels intentional, like a library or a movie theater. It has a soft quality that very quiet just doesn't capture. Alright, let's look at some alternatives for this phrase, very fast. What can we say instead? Rapid, swift, prompt, breakneck. Rapid, swift, prompt, breakneck. Thank you for the prompt reply to my email. They worked at a breakneck pace to finish before the deadline. Breakneck speed is a great expression. It means so fast that it's almost dangerous. You can say, they were moving at breakneck speed. Breakneck is definitely a more advanced English phrase, so if you got that one, amazing. Alright, instead of very rare, what can we say? Scarce, uncommon, exceptional, once in a blue moon. Scarce, uncommon, exceptional, once in a blue moon. Tickets for this event are scarce. You better buy one now. An opportunity like this comes along once in a blue moon. You may have heard this phrase before, once in a blue moon. It's a super common English idiom that means something almost never happens. A blue moon is a rare second full moon in 1 month, and it's so rare that it became a phrase for anything unusual. Alright, instead of very beautiful, what are some words we can use? I think you probably got one or more of these. Stunning, breathtaking, gorgeous, radiant. Stunning, breathtaking, gorgeous, radiant. The view from the top of the mountain was absolutely breathtaking. She looked radiant that night. And instead of very difficult, what are some words we can say? Grueling, demanding, tough, formidable. Grueling, demanding, tough, formidable. The training schedule was grueling. It was a formidable challenge, but she handled it. Alright, instead of very boring, what are some words we can say? Tedious, dull, mind-numbing, monotonous. Tedious, dull, mind-numbing, monotonous. The meeting was tedious. 2 hours of basically nothing. Doing the same task every single day becomes monotonous fast. Instead of very important, what are some better words we can use? Crucial, vital, essential, critical. Crucial, vital, essential, critical. It is crucial that you keep practicing English. Getting enough sleep is vital for your health. If you want someone to take something seriously, just swap very important for crucial or critical. These words carry a lot more urgency. Alright, if you made it this far, huge kudos to you. You just learned over 50 words and expressions in English. Here is the lesson to take away from today. One strong word will always be more effective for expressing yourself than very plus a weak word. So every time you find yourself about to say very, pause for a second. Think, is there a better word I could use? The more you practice this, the more natural it becomes. And that's how your vocabulary will really start to improve. By the way, how is this video for you? Did you find these words challenging, or did you know most of them? If most of the words were new to you, that's okay. That's exactly why you're here. What you can do is write down 5 of your favorites and try to use them in the comments below. If you knew about half, your vocabulary is already strong. Just keep pushing yourself to use the more advanced ones in real conversations. And if you knew almost all of them, I'm impressed. You're thinking in English, not just studying it. Keep it up. No matter how many you knew, the important thing is that you spent time today improving your English, and that's something to be proud of. Remember to keep practicing by downloading the AirLearn app. The link is in the description. I'll see you next time.